Welcome to Keeping It Real with your hosts, Merryl Koven and Veronica Brandon Miller.
Hi, I'm Veronica.
And I'm Merryl.
And this is Keeping It Real
in Real Estate.
So I'm going to start again to say thank you for everyone who writes in and asks questions and use us as trusted advisors. And
It's what gets our creative juices flowing.
Exactly. You know, I want to say we haven't seen it all, but we've seen a lot.
Yes.
And, you know, if you learn something, it's knowledge. Use that power to change. And one of the things is preparing your home for sale.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes. Some things you're like, oh, that's fine. You tell the person, please put your personal things away.
Which sometimes is a challenge, because when you've got people that live in homes for 20, 25 years, clearly you've got a lot of things. You have things that you haven't touched. One of my general rules is if you haven't worn it, touched it, used it, cooked on it, anything in 2 years, you just don't need it. If you haven't touched it, you don't need it.
Right.
But for people who have lived there for 25 years, it's sort of hard to decipher between what you've used, what you need, what is sort of something that you've got to keep with you. But most importantly, you've just got to declutter.
Yes.
You cannot sell a house that is filled with 25 years of stuff.
And that's the thing. You're trying to sell the house. You're not selling the stuff. So try to make it look like a model home. Nothing personal, because you don't want to share your personal stuff with a stranger.
No.
So put it away. Did you ever have a really hard time telling someone to put something away?
I have. I think people, it's a very emotional thing for people. So it's not only are they getting ready to make a big giant change in their life, which is a tough nut to swallow, but you're also asking them to put their most prized possessions, the things that mean the most to them, away without hurting their feelings.
Right.
Without saying that nobody else really wants to see the pictures of your kids. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to see the pictures of your kids.
They want to see the space of the room.
And they want to be able to picture themselves there.
Yes, and their furniture in there. But twice I've had a few.
What happened?
But this one was horrible. Her son died, and she had a whole memorial in the home. And that was... It killed me to ask her to put it away. I took pictures of it, I framed it and gave it to her, and I'm like, I want you to remember this, but I'm selling your house. I'm not, I need to show the house. So that was killing me to do that. Another one didn't kill me, but it baffled me. They had, no exaggeration, 1,000 dolls.
Oh my goodness.
On the floor, on the couch, hanging from you name it. There were so many dolls. I even said, why don't we put just maybe 10 out, not 100. And it was tough.
Yeah.
It was really tough.
I could imagine.
Oh yeah.
I could imagine. I like to recommend to people also, if you can, I realize that it's not always realistic, but if you can put as much away and just put a coat of white paint everywhere, it opens it up, it brightens it up, it gives people the ability to see the walls as a canvas, and picture where their things will go. It's just a lot easier to sell a home when somebody can picture themselves in it, rather than asking them to look past all of your things and imagine themselves in it.
Oh, absolutely. And let's tap on white. White is so important. I stage homes. So why do I use white? Exactly what you said. I want you to look at the structure, the home, the size, picture your bed there. And white will dilute anything else that's happening, so you can focus on the space. So I bring the white comforters and white pillows, so you just focus on the white. A lot of times you have big furniture. Take any knickknacks and stuff off of it. If you can't move that structure, those little things will kind of like squirrel. Oh, look at that. You know, oh, I really like that. Where'd she get that? No. Look at the structure. Oh, something just came to me. One of the homes that I was selling, I loved the other agent, the buying agent. Somehow I managed to pop in during the inspection. I didn't mean to, but I needed to get something out of the house. And I walked in, and the gentleman who was buying the house came to me and said, you know, I'm looking at these blinds, and she butted in and said, you are buying the house. You are not buying those blinds. Focus on the house. I was like, I want to be her when I grow up. But it's true. You're buying that structure. You know, blinds, anything that's not structure, really.
But you should definitely be mindful of preparing the house for selling.
Yes.
And getting the landscape cleaned up, getting the trees trimmed, clean the windows. It's amazing how many people don't clean the windows.
Mm-hmm.
Change out all your light bulbs. Make sure that when you hit the light switch that every single light goes on. Mm-hmm. and that they're even. You know, if you have 20-watt bulbs on one side of the room and 60-watt bulbs on the other side of the room, just make everything uniform.
Right,
It'll suit you better during the selling process.
Yeah, picture it like if you were coming in, what would you want to see? Because that's exactly it. Another lovely person, I sold their home, and she was even in there after they accepted the offer, after the inspection, because things bothered her. Like if she saw a little crack, she was doing that, and then she went to the closet and she goes, do you know what? I haven't painted this closet in 20 years. And she painted the closet. Oh my God, you love people like that.
Yes.
Because she took pride in her home, and she did not want to sell it if it was not pristine.
Yes.
And
I've had clients like that also. I actually just sold a home this summer, and the gentleman who was the seller, I represented the buyer, but the seller, he was in the construction business, and even though on the inspection report there were several things that did not need to be remedied, he took such pride in his home that he actually went through the entire inspection list and fixed every little thing. The house was like 25 years old, so there were a few things were just natural wear and tear. But he, too, took such pride in everything that went through everything, and the buyer ended up moving into an absolutely flawless home.
And that looks great for you. It looks great for them.
Yep.
Because it should be a happy process.
Yep.
And working together. The very first condo I sold, thankfully, the buyer agent, no, he was the seller agent, I was the buyer, was so nice. Same thing. Inspection came down, and we both just wanted this to sell because there were some other factors. It was a VA loan. So when we're talking about a VA loan, if the window doesn't open up all the way, they'll say no. So little things like that. And thankfully he was a handyman. So when it came down, he goes, I'll work with you to get some of this stuff done. Tell me that. That is fabulous.
Yeah.
So again, use us as trusted advisors.
And just remember at the end of the day that everything in real estate is negotiable.
It is.
Everything is negotiable.
Yes. And we love to negotiate on your behalf. So trust us. We know what's happening in the world. Prices fluctuate. What do we need to stand out? Yes. That's why you hire us. Because we work for you.
And you will not be disappointed.
No, you won't. So, well, thank you for listening to us. And now, let's hear from Title Time with Cynthia Riddell from Riddell Law Group.
Now it's Title Time with Cynthia Riddell from Riddell Law Group.
Why is it important to have a will in Florida? Having a will ensure that the people that you desire to receive your property upon your passing will receive that property. If you pass away without a will, a probate proceeding will occur. However, it will be an intestate probate proceeding where the probate court will apply Florida law to determine who will receive your property. It's very important in Florida if you're a married person or have minor children to have a will, because the Florida Constitution has certain prohibitions as to whom you can devise your property to when you're a married person or have minor children. And you want to ensure that you protect your legacy.
Now it's time for a Mortgage Minute with Laura Hanzelka from Guaranteed Rate Affinity.
Hi, this is Laura Hanzelka with Guaranteed Rate Affinity, and this is your Mortgage Minute. This week we're talking about interest rates because that's something everybody is asking questions about. There's no telling what rates are going to do, right? It's not, all we do know is they're going to change. They go up, they go down, and believe it or not, they can do that more than one time every single day. So it can be a challenge when you're in the market looking for a home and you're concerned about where's the rate going to be by the time I find that perfect home. We have something here at Guaranteed Rate Affinity called Lock and Roll program. So if today's interest rate is 6.5%, and you're concerned about where rates might be by the time you find that home, we can lock you in today. You do not have to be under contract, and we can lock you in for up to 90 days. That gives you time to find the home that you want while having peace of mind on what your payment is going to be. And here's how it works. If by the time you find your home, interest rates are 7.5%, you're already locked in at 6.5%. If on the other hand, they've gone down though, guess what? You can get that lower rate. And there's no cost to you for doing this program. So we can lock your rate in for up to 90 days. For more details on this, give me a call.
Now it's time for Safety Second with Cindy Winning with Premier Home Watch.
Hi, Cindy Winning with Premier Home Watch. I'm here to give you your 60-second safety tip. Your homeowner's insurance, probably unbeknownst to most seasonal homeowners, when you leave for 6 months and you don't have that property checked, if a claim has to be made, water intrusion, leak in the roof, whatever, the insurance company can deny that claim because nobody has checked on that property. Most policies require 3 times a month. That's probably 90% of the homeowner policies require that home to be visually checked on 3 times a month in order for them to qualify a claim. So when you hire Premier Home Watch or any other home watch organization, we validate with a very thorough checklist that property has been looked at in their absence.
Now back with Merryl and Veronica.
Well, thank you for listening, and hopefully you've learned some things. But reach out to us if you do have a question, and our websites are right below.
Always here to help you.
Always here to help you because we are here for you. So thank you for sharing your day with us.
Thanks again.